And this is the review of the section A of 28 MCQ question from Pei Chun public school. This is Tech 2 P4 level. Okay, this is at their end of year paper in 2023. Okay, so for question 1, the table below shows how some living things can be grouped. It's classification of living things. So we have plants on this group, and we are asked to take a look at this and then see what group name it will be placed at. So what is the most suitable heading? It will be fungi. Okay, this one over here is a mushroom. Okay, this is a bracket fungus. Okay, bracket fungus. Okay, so let's move on. Which of the following animal shown below is not an insect? Okay, the one that is not insect. Okay, so let's find out what insect is. As long as it has 6 legs, 3 body parts, okay, that will be insect. So take a look. 6 legs, 3 body parts. This one cannot be the answer because it is an insect. 6 legs, 3 body parts. Okay, this one cannot be the answer. Okay, this one is a 6 legs. This is a 3 body parts. These are the feelers. Okay, don't be tricked that these two are the legs. So this is also an insect, cannot be. So the answer is 4 because these are the legs. This one got 8 legs. Okay, this one got 2 body parts. This one I think is so trying to show that it is spider, but it may be unclear to you. Okay, but answer is number 4. Okay, the diagram below shows a box made of cardbox. Okay, cardbox is used to make the box to hold heavy thing. So the clue over here they already tell you is hold heavy thing. Okay, so you want the cardboard to be very strong so that it does not break easily when you put heavy stuff in. The answer is number 2. Okay, matter X was attracted to object X was attracted to magnet. So it must tell you that this must be a magnetic, or this is most likely a magnetic material. Okay, so most likely made of magnetic material, so it must be steel. Okay, number 1, steel, iron, nickel, cobalt are the 4 magnetic material that you need to know. Okay, in which part of the digestive system is food absorbed into the blood? Okay, once you see this absorb, must be this to answer. Okay, you just have to decide between small or large. Small is to absorb food, large is to absorb water. So since this question is talking about food, so the answer must be number 3. The arrow in the diagram below shows the movement of a substance in a plant. The movement of substance in a plant is always these 2 things, water or food. Okay, so and it started from the roots and the arrow is pointing this way. So it must tell you that the roots is transporting some substance, and since it's talking about the roots, it must be water. Okay, so the answer is number 4. We're talking about water. Okay, so take a look at this whole diagram. The diagram below shows the growth of a young plant with 2 missing stages. Okay, what are 2 over here? Okay, so you take a look. This is the seed. And in this process, this should be a young plant. Okay, with the seed leaves still attaching. Okay, this is the seed leaf. If I may look at this diagram, and this one should be the adult plant. Okay, so first of all, you can use a eliminator panel. This one straight away wrong. Number 1 is wrong because the seed cannot be R. Okay, and number 2 is wrong because they are the same. They are the same picture. You cannot have same picture. Okay, so you're left with 3 and 4. So 3 and 4, you can see the diagram are completely opposite each other. Okay, and you probably know that Q must be younger, while R must be older because it happens at a later stage. Okay, R happened at a later stage. So you take a look between 3 and 4. This one must be the answer because this one already show you some flower. Okay, it's a key characteristic of an adult plant because only adult can reproduce. So the answer is number 4. Okay, this will naturally match to here. Okay, let's move on. Question number 8. Which of the following property is true for both air and eraser? Air is a gas. Eraser is a solid. Okay, so most likely 3 and 4 is wrong because they the gas has no fixed shape, but the solid has a fixed shape. The gas has no fixed volume, but the solid has a fixed volume. So this statement cannot apply. Okay, it takes up space. Yes, this is most likely the answer because gas cannot be seen. It cannot be seen. Okay, in this case, the air cannot be seen. Okay, so the diagram below shows light shining on the ball, and which one would be the answer? Okay, the answer is most likely a circle on the screen. Okay, the light will cast it this way. Okay, it will appear as a circle on the screen. So the answer is number 4. Okay, this one looks like it is the answer, and it is the answer. Okay, which one of the following is not a heat source? The sun is, the campfire is, when you put your hand there, you'll feel hot. The lighter bulb is, okay, you put it for a long period of time, you also feel hot. Okay, this is a woolen material, and this is the material that we are talking about. Okay, it is a poor conductor of heat, but doesn't mean that it is a heat source. So the answer is number 4. Which of the following is needed by all living things? All living things are, in this case, we are talking about both animal as well as plant, fungi, and bacteria. So these are the 4 groups of living things that we are more or less talking about. Okay, air is needed by all, water, yes, but not sunlight. Only plants. This one only plants. Okay, but we want needed by all. Okay, the keyword is all. So we can only choose A and B. So the answer is number 3. Okay, it may observe the leaf of a plant close at night, open in the day. Okay, so it's trying to tell you that is some changes in response to light. Okay, they respond to light. So over here, which of this is the correct conclusion? It's number 2. Living thing respond to changes. Okay. Okay, 12 is number 2. Okay. 13, the diagram below shows 2 living things on a tree. We have a fern, we have a climbing plant, which has a weak stem, and we have the tree itself. They can produce flower? No, because the fern cannot. Fern, no. Okay, they get food from the tree? No. They are all plants. All of them can make their own food. They don't depend on others for food. They are grown from spores. No, not the tree. Okay? The tree is more or less likely to be a flowering plant. The fern, yes. Okay, so its answer must be number 4. Answer is number 4 for question number 13. Okay. So A, B, C are some organ in the digestive system. The graph below shows the amount of undigested food leaving each organ. Okay, so this is about leaving that means not entering but leaving. So this is a key part you need to take note, and I want undigested food. Okay, so normally right, when it's at the mouth, right, the undigested food will be the highest. Okay, when it's at the small intestine, which is at the end, which is at okay, small or large intestine. Okay, the undigested will be the lowest, because at that point of time, most of it will be digested, most of it will be absorbed. Okay, when the food reaches the small intestine. So taking this in mind, right, then you take a look, the lowest. This is the lowest, then this must be the small intestine. Okay, between these, the highest is here and here. Okay, so this could either be mouth, or gullet. Okay, mouth and gullet, right, will have the same amount of undigested food leaving, is because when the food enter the mouth, some of it will be digested, most of it will be undigested. So when it pass through the gullet, right, and leave the gullet, the amount of undigested food is unchanged because there is no digestion. Okay, so the amount of undigested food leaving both organs will remains the same. Okay, so keeping this in mind, right, C will be stomach. Okay, because it's the one that's in the middle. So so you take a look, right? Let's start from here. Small intestine must be A. So these two can be the correct answer. 1 and 3 is wrong. So then you take a look. C must be stomach. Therefore, this is the correct answer. Okay, D and D can be switched around for both mouth and gullet. Okay, so this is number 4 or 14. So this is actually how you evaluate the graph accordingly. You need to know the function first, and then from there you think about how the undigested food leaving the organ, right? How, which one is highest, which one is the lowest. Then from there it's easier for you to look up for the answer. Okay. Okay, study the classification chart below. We have animals, has beak, no beak. Okay, let's start with this. Eagle and crocodile. Okay, eagle has a beak, so we just follow through this. Okay, eagle live on land only. That's correct. So this one is eagle. So I'll use the red one for crocodile. Crocodile has no beak. Okay, crocodile can live on land and water as well. Yes. Okay. So over here, crocodile is Q. Okay, let me use back. Crocodile is Q. Eagle is R. R, Q. Number 2 is the answer. Okay, 15 is 2. Okay, so Susie placed 3 similar strawberry in ABC at different temperature. And then which one is most likely she will observe after 5 days? So the difference between all these 3 containers is the temperature. Okay, and you take a look, A, B, and C. So the difference between the 3 of them, right? This one is the lowest temperature. This one is the highest. So normally when you put your strawberry, right, if you don't eat it, right, you will normally put them in the fridge because you don't want mold to grow. A low temperature cannot encourage the growth to mold. Cannot encourage the mold to grow because mold need water, oxygen, as well as warmth. Warmth refers to a suitable temperature. Warmth refers to a suitable temperature, and as you can see from here, the one with the highest should have no mold growing. Because you still take a look at the image, right? This one is no mold, some mold, most. This is the most. Okay, and number 1 should be incorrect. Okay, because the one that at 5 degrees, right, should have no mold growing. If you compare, if you take a look at the option that's given. That having said that, right, 3 is not possible. So you're left with 2 and 4. So between 2 and 4, right, you are selecting between these. 20 degrees, you got most. 30 degrees, you have most growing on option 4. So the answer is for it is 4. The higher the temperature, most likely will encourage the growth of the mold better. But I'm not saying that if the temperature is too high, I'm saying that if the temperature is too high, it can also discourage the growth of mold. Because over here we are talking about mold grow when there's a suitable temperature. Okay, suitable temperature, there is a range, and this one is very close to room temperature. Okay, that's why you will have a lot of mold growing at 30 degrees as compared to 20 degrees itself. 20 degrees is slightly very low, slightly lower than your room temperature. Okay, so Fabian have 2 solid block X and Y of the same material. Okay, he placed both block in a tank of water. So block X sank to position D as shown in the diagram below. In which position will block Y be after it was placed in a tank of water? Block Y will be here. Okay, position number 4. Okay, just because it's smaller, it doesn't mean that it will be at C or B or even at A. Okay, they are the same material, so both of them, if X sink, then Y will sink too. Okay, because they should have the same property, same material, same property. It doesn't matter whether you have a larger mass or smaller mass. Mass doesn't change the property. Okay, the mass itself does not change the property of material. Okay, this is the concept that is behind this question. Okay, which of the following is true about bacteria? Okay, they are fungi. No, bacteria and fungi, they are different. They are different groups of living things. They are harmful. No, not all are harmful. Okay, the keyword is or. That's why we disagree, because some can be helpful. Okay, they can be seen under microscope, yes, because they are very small to be viewed by our naked eye. They feed on plant and animal that are dead or alive. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so number 3 is correct. Okay, which is okay. So two magnets C and D were hung close each other with their poles as shown. Okay, north and south. So obviously, unlike poles face each other, unlike poles each other, they will attract, and this is how they will behave, and this is how the arrow will be represented. So C is going towards the right, D is going towards the left. So naturally, this will be the answer, number 1. Okay. So Ali wanted to magnetize an iron rod as shown over here. He noticed that the iron nail attract 2 only. Okay. Which of the following which result in a change in a stronger? That means I want to attract more than 2. Okay. Stronger electromagnet is either more battery or more coil on the nail. Okay, so it cannot be this. This is decrease. Replace the clip with plastic, cannot be. It will never attract because this is a non-magnetic material. Okay, increase the number of increase the number of turns of wire. Okay, that's correct. Number 3, replace the iron with copper. No. Okay, because the copper is again a non-magnetic material. It cannot be magnetized into an electromagnet. Okay, so Junde placed 4 similar plants in the identical setup, each containing the same amount of water. Okay, you want to find out if plants take in water through their roots. Okay, so in this case, right, you probably need to have one setup with the roots in the water, the other setup without the roots in water, to be able to show whether the roots take in water or not. Okay, so the answer for this is number 2. Okay, so you should have one of these and one of these. The rest of the condition must remain the same. Okay, they have the same number of leaves. The same number of leaves. These two cannot be used because the number of leaves, they are different. No, so take a look. Same leaf. Okay, same number of leaf. Okay, and the roots that is not in contact with water, the water level will remain the same. Okay, in the actual experiment, the water level will remain the same. Okay, but for L, the water level will decrease. Okay, because the roots will take in water, therefore the water level decreases. Okay, this will be the result. But in terms of in a fast test setting, we should use L and M. Okay, only the roots with water and without water. The rest of them remain the same. Okay, because the main idea is that the leaf will affect the amount of water being absorbed. Okay, so the leaf will affect the amount of water absorbed, and we don't want this to happen. We only want the amount of water level in the container to be only affected by the roots only. Now observe and compare the life cycle of 2 animals V and W as shown. Okay, V and W. Okay, so as for animal V, the young has no wings. It lay eggs on land, and the young look at adult. So they look, you only get cockroach and chicken. Okay, so you are comparing the cockroach and chicken. The young, and let us put this. The young has no wing. That means, right, for the stage, right, for the stage of the for the cockroach, right, the young is a nymph. The nymph has no wings, and that's exactly true. Okay, so the answer is cockroach for this part. Okay, chicken is out. Okay, although it fulfills the two of them, but this one it doesn't match. Okay, this one it doesn't match. That's why it cannot be cockroach. It cannot be chicken. It must be cockroach. Okay, so now we take a look at W. For W, the young has no wings. The young has no wings. The young also don't look at adult. Okay, So over here, it seems like all of them is possible. Okay, all of them is possible. That means all of them is possible. I'm saying this. Okay, the beetle and the mosquito. All of them, the young has no wings. The young also don't look like adult. Okay, so you are deciding whether this one. Okay, this is the key deciding factor. Okay, for at least for these two animals between the option given. Okay, the adult lay eggs on land. Okay, and you know that mosquito lay eggs on water. So mosquito is out. Okay, so the only answer is number 1. Okay, for question 22. Okay, the graph below show the length of time at different stages in the life cycle of an insect P and Q. Okay, this P and Q, they have egg, nymph, and adult, so it's probably 3-stage life cycle. Okay, let's evaluate statement by statement. Okay, the nymph Q was at nymph stage 8 days after the eggs was hatched. After the eggs was hatched, that means you look at here already. You don't count from here. Okay, you don't count from here. So 6, so 7 and 8, right? It should belong to the adult. So this is wrong. Okay, Q has at the adult stage 8 days after the eggs hatch. Okay, so this is wrong. Okay, let's go to the second part. P spent the longest time at the egg stage in its life cycle. Did it really spend the longest stage? This really spend the longest time in the egg stage? No, because this one is 8, this one is 10, this one is 12. So in fact, it spent the longest time in the adult stage. So this is wrong by looking at the black color bars. Right? Okay, so let us move on to number 3. Q took a shorter time to become an adult compared to P. Q took a shorter time. Q took a shorter time to become an adult as compared to P. So I will put down P and Q. So if we were to combine them, right? 8 plus 8 plus 10. So P took 18 days to become an adult. How about Q? Okay, Q took 2 plus 6. 2 plus 6, so it's 8 days to become an adult. Okay, in fact, then this is correct. Because 8 is less than 18. So this statement is correct. Q took a shorter time to become an adult as compared to P. So number 3 is correct. Okay, so for the last one, let's see which one is correct. So for the last one, P spent a total of 10 days longer than Q at the nymph stage. Okay, this is incorrect because they say 10 days longer. So you take a look, you compare this part. It is only 10 minus 6. 10 minus 6. 10 is here, 6 is here. This is how I get it. 10 minus 6 is about 4 days. Okay, P only spent a total of 4 days longer than Q at the nymph stage before both of them turn into adult. Okay, so this statement, last one, is wrong. Okay, so Wan Ping placed a setup in the dark room. She placed a similar setup in the dark room again. Both setup dark room, so it cannot be light. Okay, cannot be light. Or because the brightness given to the seeds, they are the same, so it's not light. But at the lower temperatures, that means one setup is at a higher, one setup lower. So these are differences. Okay, these are differences. So after a few days, you record the number of seeds that grew in each setup. So the aim is to really find out warm, because warm relate to temperature. Okay, so this is number 4. Okay, a sealed metal container holds 70 centimeter cube of water. Okay, and 30 centimeter cube of air. Okay, it's being labeled. Okay, below 10 cm cube of water is being removed. So you remove 10. This part will become, okay, let me use another color. This part will become 60 centimeter cube. Okay, and from the container, through tap T, and 20 centimeter cube of air was pumping. So 20 centimeter cube of air was pumping. So you ask yourself, what is the remaining space in the container? That will be your final volume of air. Okay, the remaining space in the container will be this. Okay, will be this. Okay, so you can use 100, which is the total volume of the container, minus away 60 centimeter cube. 40 centimeter cube will be the volume of the air inside, because that is the amount of empty space between the container. So this one is number 2. Okay, number 2. Okay, there are 3 beakers of water as shown, PQR. Okay, they have 200, 400, 480, 90, 80. Which of them shows the correct order of increasing amount of heat? So least means the lowest heat, most means the highest amount of heat. Okay, in this case. So I think let's take a look at this. So which one has more water? Q and R has more water. So, and which one has a higher temperature? This one is at a higher temperature. So naturally Q will be the one that has the most heat. Okay, so then we look at the one that is lowest. Lowest amount of water will be between R and P, will be P, and they have the same temperature. Okay, so naturally, the one with the least amount of heat will be P, and the one that's in between will be R. So P, R, and Q image with number 2. Okay, so number 2 is the answer. Okay, so heat itself, right, is depend on 2 things: the temperature as well as the mass. Okay, the amount of matter in it, okay, and the temperature. So you cannot just look at temperature to say that a higher temperature has more heat energy. You also have to look at the mass of it. Okay, so Joan shone a torch on the ball as shown below. So the light will hit the ball, and the ball will reflect the light back into the person's eyes. Okay, this is how the light path will look like. Which of the following best explain why Joan can see the ball? Okay, it's not because of this light light cannot pass through a ball. Light causes a shadow. This is about blocking light. Light from the torch enter the eyes. No, if light from the torch enter the eyes, it will look like this. Okay, it just already entered his eyes. It did not hit the ball, and he will not be able to see the ball. So the answer is number 4. Okay, light was reflected from the ball and entered his eyes. That's why he can see that there's a ball there. Okay, study the setup below. So you have these 2 diagrams. The difference between them is the cloth at 3 and the cloth at 90 degree. Okay, and there's air inside. Okay, inside the flask. Emma observed that the water level the water rose in glass tube in setup X. Okay, so that means the water level went up. Okay, and bubbles escape. Okay, bubbles escape from here, and the bubbles must be coming out from the flask. Which of the following explain her observation? Okay, let's talk about X as X in the first case. When the water level gone up, right, it means the air inside, right, occupy less space, but the volume of air is still the same. Occupy less space. Okay, so how come the occupy less space means the air or the volume of air decreases? Okay, the volume of air decreases. Okay, you did not remove, so some process must have taken place. Okay, this is your lose heat and contract. Okay, the air inside lose heat and contract. The volume becomes smaller, so the water went into the tube to occupy the whatever space they can occupy. Okay, so it's this: the air in the flask lose heat and contract. It's not this, it's not this, it's not this. Okay, it is not about the flask, it is about the air inside the flask. Okay, as for why the air bubbles came out of the tube, is because the volume increases. It occupies more space than the tube and the container can hold. Okay, and that's because the air inside, gain heat from the cloth at 90 degree and expand. Okay, that's why you will see them as air bubble. So this is number 3. Okay, so for that, we more or less complete the whole paper. Thank you very much.